Does your spray control look like this? And this is what your spray pattern should look like. Consistent and repeatable sprays are a core mechanic of Counter-Strike, be it from 1.6 Go to CS2. When one shot can be enough to get you a frag, you want to make sure each of your shots is as accurate as possible, as it can be the difference between getting a frag or being fragged. That's why almost all aim routines for Counter-Strike include dedicated time to focus on spraying a whole magazine of your gun as accurately as possible. I'll be showing you how to master your spray control. In order to practice spray control, we are going to be using Uletica's Spray Control Workshop map, which had over 9 million downloads in CSGO and was used by many pros such as Elige. Now after some time, Uletica finally brought his map back for CS2. While the map, just like CS2, is not fully finished and we will still receive updates, the most important stuff already works. Let me show you how it works. While the map loads, here's a quick word from the sponsor. I want to thank today's sponsor, which is SkinsMonkey. They are one of the best and easy to use CS2 trading sites. You can instantly switch out your skins you don't want by selecting them, and then pick up the new skins you do want that are so much nicer. You could also buy skins much cheaper with a 35% total deposit bonus using code NART, and don't forget the freebies section where you can get free skins. Make sure to use the link in the description and code NART for all the extra bonuses. When spawning in, you want to go into this big room on your left and select the weapon you want to train on the weapon wall on the left by simply shooting it. The pattern you will see on the big wall in front of you will automatically show the pattern you need to follow while spraying to have all the shots land in the same spot. For the AK, if you were simply just to hold mouse 1 without adjusting and accounting for the spray pattern, that's what it looks like, up to the right. The pattern that I'm showing you with my crosshair that I'm outlining is the pattern that is compensated for that recoil. So you want to go in the opposite direction, down and to the left. Now simply walk up to the line on the ground and shoot the lock button to make sure you aren't moving accidentally while shooting. Once you're ready to begin, shoot the reset button and fire away while trying your best to control your spray. So you want to follow that green dot with your crosshair. Once you complete your spray, the green and red circle on top will show you how well you did. The green circle represents perfectly hitting the head, while the red is close but not perfect. Similar to how a target in archery works, the closer to the bullseye the better. Of course, having a good spray isn't just about hitting the head, but more generally hitting your enemy at all. To have a better reference, you can select the target dummy option on the right side to see how many of your shots would have hit the head, chest, groin, or leg shot. The results show 6 bullets to the head, 5 bullets to the chest, 10 bullets to the groin. Let's look at some of the other settings. On the right, you could toggle slow motion while spraying. You can see my bullets are in slow-mo. That's because that's 10% down here. You could change it and adjust it to 50 or 75. By slowing down time, it makes it easier to follow the green dot. There's infinite ammo. Toggle the follow recoil crosshair to test if it helps you while spraying. Personally, I am not a fan of the recoil crosshair, as well as I know many people do not like it or use it as well. Toggle show impacts to better understand where your shots are going. With the show impacts, you can see that it comes up as pink and it's going to show you a better outline versus the bullets. And finally, on the far right side, you can increase the distance of the wall to line, so the distance on which you're trying to spray. This won't change anything about the spray pattern itself, but it makes it more difficult as you're given less room for error, as even small inaccuracies will make you miss the target. I would recommend getting about 75% hit rate on a certain distance before increasing the distance further. The no spread is already on by default, and what that does is it's a setting that eliminates a small random inaccuracy that you will encounter when shooting any gun. When practicing, however, you want to focus only on factors you can control, so I recommend keeping the no spread setting on for practice purposes. Now let's look at the buttons in front of us. As for the lock button, you cannot physically move, you can only move your crosshair. For the play button, you can use this to get a feeling of the speed at which you need to move your mouse, and as you can see that the pattern lights up and walks you through the progression of where you should be aiming next. If you want to practice the first 20 or how many else bullets of a spray, you can also change that with the screen down below in front of you. Shoot the plus and minus to change the amount of bullets, and then R is to reset. In real game situations, you'll rarely ever spray a whole magazine, so focusing on the initial 20 bullets can be a more efficient training for you. It would certainly have helped Alexi B here as he whiffs his initial 20 bullets. On the left, you have a few options to customize the displayed spray pattern. Switch between 3 modes, showing 1, the full pattern. 2, only the current position in the spray patterns. You can see that in mode 2, it takes away the red trail pattern that mode 1 had, making it very harder. And 3, your current and next 2 positions on the spray patterns. So as you can see from mode 3, there is no red trail pattern compared to mode 1. However, there is a red dot under the green dot that you're following to tell you where to go next. All of these are different levels of help, but remember, in a real game, you won't have any help, so try to memorize the movement as well as possible. The size option will adjust the size of the dot, indicating your current position in the spray pattern. You can see the size of the green dot between 1 and 3. 1 is very small, 3 is the largest. And the pause or position settings lets you have targets to the left and right of you if you want to train spraying at enemies at an angle from you compared to the perfectly centered target in front of you. Now, having targets to the side will decrease the angle at which you can hit them, which also makes it more difficult. And a very fun challenge, but focusing on perfectly centered opponents will still help you improve the most. You can also completely remove the ghost crosshair to simulate a real match condition by unselecting all the position options. Now this is everything you need to know to start improving your spray. Use the map and start increasing your spray accuracy, and remember to slowly increase the difficulty as you get better. If you incorporate this into your aim routine, you'll notice yourself achieving consistently higher spray accuracy bit by bit. If you want a more specialized routine to follow, you could also check out Alicia's video that I'm gonna link down below in the description. Now I know your aim is insane, so one tap that subscribe button.